Well, hi there everyone, and welcome back to Planet 19, where what has been happening? Well, you can see immediately that I've been doing a bit of building work. I have built up this wall quite a bit. It is actually all the way up to the ceiling now. I just need to put the ceiling on this place and it will finally be done. Also, you might remember we were working through here, and you might have noticed it has changed, because just after the end of last episode, this was all the bricks, and I've ripped them all out and replaced it with wooden flooring, because I thought it looked better. I have left these things through in here, the paved stone bricks. Now I will be using these large paved stone bricks. Those will be going down here. Okay, so you can see that I have actually sectioned this bit off into rooms, basically. There's a room over here on the right, one on the left, and one on the back, all cut off by these rows of stone bricks, which are, or will be, going in line with the beams, which are going to go across the roof, and will probably be echoed on that there floor. So I've also just put these pair of pillars in, just to show you where that room ends. So that's most of what has been going on since last episode. Let us get down and into here. You can also see that probably that I have been cooking up large amounts of things like glass and stone. I have been doing it almost constantly. This should still be working. This is making sand at the minute. That's full of stone and stuff. I'm just going to grab a little bit of the old charcoals to take, because we are going to go and visit the quarry and try not to fall into that bit of water. This is all working well again. I've got our turtle working constantly again now. Let's go down into the secret area. So down here, down we go, down, down, down. I have been experimenting with Mistcraft worlds off camera, just to try and find basically some mobs, because I'm having mob problems. Hello sheep, how are you? How's the quarry? I see. Right, come on through here. There is also... oh, noes! Okay, things are not going quite so well, clearly. Is this still working? No, it has stopped, and it has chucked out some stone, because we are full of stone. I was worried that might happen. I hadn't checked that before this episode. Okay, never mind. What do we have in here? We have a load of stuffs. Okay, so we can sort all this out. What do we have in here more interestingly? We have a load of cobble, cadmium, lead, some silver. It has, I think, overflown just as it's got down to the good stuff, which is what we might call typical. What we have got though is 2 and a bit stacks of iron, 1.5 stacks of copper, quite a large amount of tin. So what are we going to do about you? Okay, so we obviously have a bit of a problem down at the quarry, so what I am going to use to sort it out is one of these. This is a trash can. A trash can is a really useful block. It is just made of cobblestone and a chest. And what it does is it deletes any items which go into it, and hugely ironically I don't have any cobblestone in my inventory. That is very quickly sorted. So I have been making up extra scaffolding as I have been on the roof. So quickly whack together a set of chests in the middle with some of that cobblestone. Is going to make me absolutely nothing, because I've clearly done this wrong. Cobble around the bottom and smooth stone along the top. Well, that is absolutely no problem at all. That will get us our trash can. The other thing which we are going to need, of course, is a... let me just double check that I don't have one over here. Clearly not. What we need is one more servo motor, just to tell it what it needs to do. So servo, it's been quite a while since I've made one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Things are jumping into and out of my hand. And there we go, a pneumatic servo. And do I have some conduit on me? I do. Let's go and sort out this quarry super quickly, because this was not the plan for today at all, but this is how these things happen. So what we are going to do is we are going to... I need it to actually be within this chunk, so it's going to have to actually sit on top of this, isn't it? Just like that. So this is our trash can. We are going to want to put a servo motor in there and tell it that the only thing which is allowed to go into there is cobblestone. This is really important because anything which goes in here gets instantly deleted, and I don't want everything else going into it. It might have already started emptying stuff out of here now. Everything has gone out of here because, well, I'm not entirely sure why it did actually, but let's get, I hope it hasn't all gone straight up into there. That would be really, really stupid. I keep clicking on that. So this stuff should now go out and it should be automatically being fed into that. Just to test it, I'm also going to put some bricks in, and those bricks should end up in that chest at the end, and as long as they do, this thing is all working correctly. So my bricks ended up down here, and none of the cobble, I don't think, came down that way. So this is good. It means that this system is now working. It's a very efficient way. Get rid of all that to delete all this excess cobble. And what was that noise? Holy, there's a ghast about. Down. I really hoped we wouldn't be being bothered by those. The sun is coming up, so I might be able to see the thing. Have I kept a bow on me? I have. There it is. Appalling shot, and nothing good came of it. That's a bit of a hole, which is a bit annoying. But fortunately, it didn't blow up anything useful. If it took this out, I would have a major server lag problem and I would not be popular, even though I'm the only guy on the server at the minute. So let's just get this iron, copper and tin out of here, because they are the most precious to me at the minute. One single piece of obsidian. I guess I found a single piece of lava down there, did I? Right, get some more charcoal into this system. Get rid of that cobblestone. It's ironic we now have quite so much cobblestone. Ghast is nowhere about at the minute. Obviously a nightmare would be if it blew this book out. That would be really proper bad. But we are okay. Right, let us get back upstairs. We can leave that running for a while, and we now have a ton of iron, which is really wonderful. Now let's just quickly go back in here, because what we were making in here was these small paved stone bricks, which, if you will remember, were made out of bricks, which of course are made out of bricks, which are made out of clay, and clay is something which is really quite awkward to get, but I have a handy way to get clay and to process these ores. It is another thermal expansion machine, and it is called the Induction Smelter. So that is what we are going to be making next. It requires copper, a machine frame, invar, and a bouquet. So, do I have... the one thing I'm not sure about is my invar supplies. I have a large amount of electrum. But I may very quickly need to, off-camera, whip together a little bit of invar, because it looks like I have used it all up. Okay then, so we are back. I have just been getting together a few things and I have just remembered that my memory levels just know no bounds because of course we do actually have an induction smelter sat right here. We used it to make the steel a little while ago. Now that's fine, I am actually going to still make up an extra one because I do need 2 of these things. And to be quite honest, I need a ton of Invar blend is what I'm trying to say anyway, because I want to use a lot of this stuff for other things. I might pop it into here actually, just because I can. So I have made up a load of the parts off camera. I've got machine frames, I've got my reception coil, I have my copper ingots, and in the chest back over here I have a bucket. Pop. So the one thing which I need are a pair of Invar ingots, which are right there. 1, 2 gets me my second induction smelter. Now the other thing which I want to make is one of these. This is an Igneous Extruder, extremely useful. It needs a pneumatic servo, tin ingots, glass, and the ever popular piston. Did I make up a load of extra pistons? I thought that I had, but I clearly can't see one. So that is no problem, because they are supremely easy just to get together. So a piston with a machine frame, a servo motor, 2 pieces of glass and 2 pieces of tin. Gets me this little beauty, the Igneous Extruder. This stuff can make cobblestone for free, which is really, really useful. Now beyond that, I have picked up a bee at some point and it's cluttering up my inventory and I don't know where I got it from. It must have popped out the side of the quarry or something. Now one more machine which I do actually need is 1 extra pulverizer. Pulverizer, we know exactly how to make it. Machine frame, redstone reception coils, blah, blah, blah. I just forgot to make up the parts for it, so this will not take a second. Machine frame. It is nice to have enough actual raw materials to make these things so easily. Copper flint and an extra piston. I wish I'd known that when I made up the last one. Especially because I have once again run out of cobblestone. And I should really get a couple of pieces of flint whilst I'm over here. 1, 2. So make up our 1 extra bit of a piston. Pop it on the top with our machine frame, our reception coil, our flint, and was it copper? Gets us our second pulverizer. So pulverizer, induction smelter, and igneous extruder. Right, let's see what damage we can cause with this run of fun stuffs. Let's also think about how we can make an immense mess of the flooring round here, because that is also fun. Right, do we have any more leadstone energy conduit? I am very much backed into a corner just at the minute. I do want to eventually move all of this stuff next door. That will come very soon, so this can just go down really quickly and really messily just here like this. I will move this all around for next time, I think. So pulverizer, we know exactly what these things do. I'm also going to want an induction smelter popped in there. So this has the green input on the left and a purple input, which is at the minute on the back, but which I'm going to make on the top. So it is getting, let us set this, it's green input from the left, it's purple input from the top. So I'm putting stuff in here and out from here. This is the pulverizer, of course. It is going to take input from the left and output everything to the right. So far, so easy. And is this stuff chucking out as much energy as it can, but it is struggling? That is fine. It is slowly filling up. So now onto this machine, the Igneous Extruder. The Igneous Extruder is going to sit here and shift output out the right-hand side. So it is going to put it out into the pulverizer. And what I'm going to ask it to make is cobblestone. What it needs to make cobblestone is what you need to make an infinite cobblestone source. You need lava and you need some water. So let's get both of those on the go. Lava and water are in here and they are going to make cobblestone. The cobblestone is going to go into here where it is going to be pulverized into sand, which is going to get put into here. So I'm essentially making an eternal sand factory. What I do now is pop in my iron ore. And what you will see is that the iron ore will immediately smelt into 2 iron ingots, just as if you'd run it through the pulverizer in the first place. Just without having to crush it up into ores, basically. What it will sometimes also produce, and I really hope it starts to produce one pretty soon, but typically you can expect that it's not going to. What I'm going to do is grab a chest, which might well be in my inventory. No, it isn't. It is there. To go on the right hand side, still nothing, and a hopper actually can go on the top of that. Hop, hop, hop. Hopper. Pop. It will occasionally produce this. This stuff is rich slag. This stuff is really useful because if I put this into here instead of the sand, what it will actually do, I'm going to actually pop it in now, you can see we're at 26 at the minute. Instead of producing 2 ores from each, it'll produce 3. And it will also produce this. This is slag, basic slag, okay? Now the good thing about your basic slag, apart from getting the, multiplying the raw ore up into 3 instead of 2, this slag can be used with a bit of dirt and a bit of water to make clay. So I can process all my ores and at the same time get a clay production system on the go. And basically, what more could I want than that? So that will be it for this episode, guys. I'm simply going to leave this running for now. And as I get the rich slags, I'm going to start making up the basic slags to get some supply of clay on the go. So I hope very much that you enjoy this episode, guys, and I do hope to see you once again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.